All right, it's time to look at the card for Action Wrestling Action Shock this Friday at Roger Spencer Community Center in Tyrone, Georgia. Action's usual place. It's sold out, but you can check it out on iwtv.live. New subscribers get 5 free days with promo code ACTION. I got my son over here off camera ready to pitch me the matches, so I don't have to remember all of them for this here video. What's first match, buddy?
J.D. Drake versus Nolan Edward.
Oh, yes. So this is one of those situations where two guys I'm familiar with and two guys I'm very, very high on. Glad to have J.D. Drake back. Obviously, Nolan Edward is a SouthAtlantaWrestling.com favorite based on his showing at the last show, primarily his match against Angelus Lane in the PG-13 show, which I hope you've seen by now. That one was the Tonight in this very ring show on IWTV. So this should be a hard-hitting affair. Both guys can move. Both guys throw bombs. Should be real exciting. What do we got next?
Saw DC exclusively announced Bobby Flacco versus the Ugly Ducklings, Rob Killjoy.
All right, I don't know if you hear my boy over there. The Saw exclusive match was, again, another SouthAtlantaWrestling.com favorite and hometown hero, Bobby Flacco, taking on the Ugly Ducklings, Rob Killjoy. Fired up about this one. Was glad we got to break this match to y'all. I felt pretty smart about it because I was thinking how they were kind of similar guys, and there's a whole write-up on this on the site, and then I saw IWTV commentator Dylan Hales use a Spider-Man pointing meme in describing this match. So I was like, I felt pretty smart about that idea. So these two are going to have a wild time, and it's going to be a lot of fun at that match. What we got next, boy?
Luther X versus Donnie Kung Fu Janela.
Donnie Kung Fu Janela taking on Luther X. Luther X is a dude who I saw pretty much start a riot at a high school show one time. If he tells you the kind of controversy, heat, anger this guy can drum up. And then Donnie Janela is the exact opposite. He's a guy that people just seem to like. He's been through action a couple times now. He always puts on a heck of a show. They're kind of like different guys, kind of almost exact opposite. And if you've seen some of their social media banter, they don't seem to like each other too much. So that always makes for an excellent match. What we got?
The Bald Monkeys podcast dropped the match. Jay Newman and his shenanigans taking on the Captain Sean Dean.
Okay, the Bald Monkeys, who are friends of the site, they dropped this match. It was Jaden Newman taking on the Captain, Sean Dean. Sean Dean has been a real pleasure to get to know here in action. A guy I remember me and Norco, we saw wrestling in WWA 4, had wondered what he was doing, and then he's come roaring back onto the scene, has had some tremendous showings in action. High flyer, could do it all. The guy's just an absolute stud. And Jaden Newman, if I had to describe him in one word, it's shenanigans, if you heard my boy over there. He's always up to some nonsense, and you love to hate that guy. But he's a veteran who's very young, so kind of an interesting guy there. Someone's got a lot of ring experience, but still a very young man. So I'm quite certain those two are going to please the audience there in Tyrone and then on IWTV. What else we got, pal?
The full preview for this match is on SouthAtlantaWrestling.com, or these matches.
Okay.
But O'Shea Edwards versus Cabana Mandan, Fred Yehai versus Kevin Rhines, and Pineapple Pete Shug D versus Joey Keys.
All right, so you got O'Shea and Cabana Mandan. O'Shea Edwards, like the definition of the hoss in our scene. Big, tough guy, can move. Taking on the returning Cabana Mandan, which is very exciting. People love Cabana Mandan, and Cabana Mandan is in the best shape of his career right now. So you know that's going to be quite the scene. What was that next match?
Next was Fred Yehai versus Kevin.
Oh, yeah, returning Fred Yehai, always exciting. We love Fred Yehai. You cannot overstate how important Fred Yehai was, especially to the early days of action. He is quite literally a guy that laid the foundation for what Action's become. So glad to have him back. I know he's impressing people right now in the Ring of Honor Pure tournament. He's taking on Kevin Ryan, who, if I'm not mistaken, tangled with Nolan Edward at the last show. Was it Nolan Edward or was it Bobby Flacco?
I think it was Nolan Edward.
It was Nolan Edward, right? Yeah. Anyways, really impressive guy, risk taker, daredevil. That should be an interesting, styles make fights type situation there with those guys. With Fred, Fred can brawl, but Fred can also keep it on the mat, twist you in a pretzel if he so desires. What was that last match?
Pineapple Pete Shug D versus Joey Keys.
Pineapple Pete Shug D was probably involved in the most controversial match at the last show, the Eric Royal wrestling brawling exhibition. He's a guy that I've really enjoyed on the Georgia scene for a while now, and always glad when he comes through. Joe Keys is kind of the other side of the independent wrestling thing, and I always talk about. It's always great to see the guys you like, but it's also great seeing guys you haven't seen before. So we're going to get to see Joe Keys for the first time. It'll be my first time seeing him. And then we'll get to see him the next night when we go to Chattanooga for the Futures Showcase Tournament. So I think that was all of the announced card, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we got on deck. Card always subject to change. Like I said, it's sold out. If you don't already have your tickets, you're not going to get in the door. Don't even bother coming down there. But you can subscribe on iwtv.live. Promo code ACTION gives new subscribers 5 free days. So hopefully you can see it there. I know it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.